What I got for you guys is just a quick video. This is the Remington 870 Hardwood Home Defense model shotgun. Just a home defense slash tactical shotgun I was looking into for a while. What we have here is the owner's manual, a 200-year little thank you letter, and a 200-year window decal. There's also a chamber lock that comes with the shotgun as well. So in my research on purchasing a shotgun, I came across this one and it kind of piqued my interest. And I couldn't find any information on it. I found like one or two videos of people shooting it, and that wasn't enough for me. I wanted what was going on with the shotgun, what materials were involved, and what the overall quality was. So that's the general background of the shotgun. I put about 200 rounds to the shotgun, did a shotgun match. I do have a replacement barrel. I didn't use this barrel, but I'll give you more of that information once we go through the shotgun and some little quirks at the very end as well. Best place to start with the shotgun, we'll start at the butt stock and move forward. We have about an inch thick rubber recoil pad. It's more dense rubber. Moving a little bit forward, we have the stock. This is a hardwood. It looks like it's walnut, but I could be wrong. The stain doesn't look even on it. It's a good stain. Sometimes you get ones that are just spray coated and like Savage old deer rifles. They were just a bland walnut stain. This looks like it's a hand stain on it, so it's kind of uneven. Gives it a little bit better look, I think, in my opinion. If you look real close, I think there's a line here to where the stock was grafted together. That's no big deal. That's the way stocks all are. Remington doesn't say what the stock is made out of on their website. And moving a little bit further, the next thing will come up is they put a nice little R emblem here. A little further up, you will notice there's checkering here on the grip, as well as here on the pump. The checkering on this is a press checkering. I call it a negative press checkering. If you look really close at a checkering job, what you'll see are little diamonds with a sharp point at the very top surface. With this checkering job being a negative, the diamond is actually pushed into the wood, so you're creating a dimple instead of having a raised area. This adds a little bit of traction. I would have liked it to be a regular checkering job instead of this press checkering job. It adds enough traction, and over time I'm sure it'll be just fine. But so moving forward, you have your two installation pins. That's just like a regular 870. This is your plastic trigger guard that everybody despises on the internet. You also have your rear-mounted safety behind the trigger, and you have your forward-mounted slide release. That's all pretty standard 870 stuff, as well as the spring-loaded magazine gate. That's also something else that people like to complain about. Foregrip does cover in the forward-aft position. It covers up that loading chamber, unlike one of the tactical models. There's also a orange plastic mag follower in there. There's a blackened bolt. I believe on some of their higher end shotguns they like to keep this silver or stainless steel. This is just blackened. So going from the top here, we've got an 18.5 inch barrel. This is a cylinder bore, so whenever they cut this off, whatever the bore diameter is here, there's no choke. The barrel is interchangeable with any 870. You can get like this 26 inch barrel with chokes in it, and you can adjust your choke, use it for shooting clays or shooting targets like we did. One thing I will mention, this is a 2 3/4 and 3 inch chambering shotgun, so you have the larger of the chambering opens here. It has a 6+1 round capacity. That's 6 rounds in the magazine and 1 in the chamber, so 7 total. Another thing with this is you have a sling swivel up here on the front end on this clamp. The caveat to that is there is not one back here on the stock. Some of the things that drew me to the 870 over the 500 or 590 series shotguns was the barrel mounting system was the biggest thing. So with your barrel mounting system, you aren't limited to buying a barrel and then having to do a lot of crazy stuff with the fore end. What I mean is this barrel can come off pretty easily. Undo your barrel and magazine tube clamp, unscrew this magazine tube extension, take your spring out, unscrew this nut that holds your barrel into place, and then slide your barrel off. Another thing was interchangeability of the Remington parts seemed to be a little bit more user-friendly, but I needed something that was going to reach out and touch the targets a little bit better at range. We shot a lot of bowling pins, clay targets, and the cylinder choke is fine for home defense kind of stuff, but if you're shooting the Texas Star, we'll say, or the spinner, you're going to be struggling and chucking a lot of shells at it. So I wanted something that had a little bit more reach, and plus I can go out and shoot birds with this. So that was one of the big pushes. The 500 series, the barrels just are a little bit more finicky, the extension tubes. This is the system I opted for. A couple of the drawbacks that came along with that people will say, and with your bolt face on your Mossbergs, you have a dual extractor system, whereas on the Remington you have a single extractor system. Not a big deal. We already covered the plastic trigger guard. I don't thrash on my guns that much, and I've never really had the problem with trigger guards breaking. So that again isn't a big deal. And this trigger guard is really robust. The forward-mounted pump release, some people complain about that. The spring-loaded lifter, it's spring-loaded in the down position, as well as the forward hand grip coming back and covering up your loading. Of course, your rear-mounted safety. Like I say, that's in a weird position. Some of the problems I ran across with, just start from the back, that rear-mounted safety. I do have a couple videos. You'll see I'm not used to this rear-mounted safety. So I'm either clicking up here or clicking for the Mossbergs up here. It takes me a little bit of time to click this. You'll see it. Another thing I'm not familiar with is this forward-mounted slide release. Mind you, all of my issues that I had with the shotgun, they're all training issues. So all this stuff, it's really trivial for me to bring it up, but it's just some stuff that you guys are going to come across. Another thing, my gloves. I usually go a size smaller with my gloves because I still like dexterity, and these gloves are worn, which is one of the reasons why I started bringing them to matches. Not only because it gives you a little bit more grip than your hands, but usually when you run shotguns, you chew up your hands a lot. So I like to wear gloves whenever I shoot shotguns. Now with these gloves being so worn and not really tactical gloves, when I'm loading rounds, I found it a problem that I would stuff around in, and with that lifter being spring loaded in the down position, my glove would get snagged in there. Another training issue that I came up with the gloves and just shooting the shotgun in general was I was prepared for the recoil when starting off the match. I basically bought the shotgun, changed the barrel out, and went and shot it the next day. I wasn't expecting the recoil to be as much as it was. Well, with this stock, of course you have the checkering here, the negative checkering I talked about here, but there's nothing up here in the front. I don't normally grab my ARs or anything like that way up front, but we'll see in the video, I like to keep a forward purchase on it. And that forward purchase helps with charging the shotgun back. I'm grabbing it at the most narrow position and then charging it forward. And with that recoil, and with my gloves being as worn as they are, you're going to see that the recoil actually brings the shotgun out of my hand quite a little bit. Another problem I came across when using my gloves at the match was because I was grabbing the shotgun so far forward that some of the times when I charged it, the shotgun would lock up, but my glove would be snagged in the forward end here. The amount of force that I was pushing forward on it, my finger wasn't getting pinched, but there was just enough glove in the way to where my hand would be stuck on the end of the pump. This isn't a big problem until you're in the middle of the match, your hand's stuck up there, and you're trying to do something like get a better grip on your shotgun, and your glove doesn't want to come out. Oh, finger stuck. So another thing that happened to me was this butt pad. While it's not real soft material, it is very grippy, and it was getting stuck in between my armpit, and just snagging on my shirt in general. There is a quick fix for that. A lot of guys just take electrical tape and cover this side here so that you only have the traction on the back. The final issue I came across was I didn't oil my shotgun enough prior to the match, and I didn't run the action through. When you get a new shotgun, the best thing to do, take it apart, oil it, grease it where you need to, and then rack your shotgun a buttload of times. There's several instances in the first 2 stages where the shotgun was just a little sticky. The action didn't want to cycle as well as it should. And I contribute all to myself, not being familiar with the shotgun and not. Another thing that happened, I did have a really bad jam where we had to mortar the shotgun.
Uh-oh. Nope. Oh, there you go. There it is.
All in all, I'm happy with the purchase. Glad I bought this one. It's exactly what I was looking for. MSRP, they say, is like $420, I think, on the Remington website, but I picked it up for $350 at Bud's Gun Shop. So it was a pretty good deal. It's what I was looking for the price I was looking for it at. So hope this answers your guys' questions. It's just some of the stuff that I had questions on and would have liked to know before I bought it. I still wouldn't have changed my mind on it, though. It's a great buy. If it's what you're looking for, guys, definitely pick one up. Don't see them around too much. So hope you enjoyed.